Welcome to this week's Whiskey Burn, and if you can't see it, I am reviewing the Green Spot. For those of you who do follow me and subscribe, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, I basically talk all things whiskey and try to give you my opinion on what things taste good before you buy it and try and give you a bit of advice. Now, I'm going through a bit of a change at the moment. It was all Scotch. And now I'm finding myself liking loads of other whiskies. My 2024 Whisky of the Year was the Bushmills, so Irish. Green Spot is a single pot still Irish whiskey, triple distilled. This one I have had before, but it was a while ago when I went through my, I'm going to enjoy the Irish ones. So, if you're new here, welcome, like, subscribe, please send me some comments. Great to hear from you. So, I talk about the packaging. It's cardboard tin lid with a green spot. The spot is there because back in the day they used to spot them with different colours. So you can get a red spot, the green spot obviously, I think a black spot, and there's a few others as well. Basically, you used to stamp the barrels with the different colours in order to identify what was in the barrel. So they kept the tradition on. So on the back, there's quite a bit about the actual distillery and Mitchell's merchant family who started this whiskey in 1805. Long time ago. But the important bit for us is the tasting notes. What does this smell and taste like? So, according to this, it says nose, fresh aromatic oils and spices with orchard fruits and barley on a background of toasted wood. That's a lot in just one smell. But remember, you open it, you get one smell. You pour it, you get another. Let it air, you get another. Put some ice or some water in it, you get another. So there is that possibility. Taste, full spice body, hint of cloves along with the fruity sweetness of green apples rounded off with toasted oak. The finish is a lingering flavour of spices and barley. Now, I have had this. I hold some tastings nearby, and we did an Irish night which was absolutely fantastic, and this was one of them. It's not overly expensive, range between say £30 and £50 depending on where you buy it and whether there's a discount or not. It's quite a short bottle. It is 40% volume, so not expecting some big alcohol kicks like you can get off some. But yeah, Mitchell and Sons tells you what you need to know on the back. A very small blur, which is repeated what is on the back of the tin there. The usual stuff about where they're from, etc, etc. They've redone the tasting notes on the back. On the front, there's little embossed there. And it says single pot still. I'm not sure what's going on with this chair today. From a traditional dating to 1805 comes the inspiration for Green Spot single pot still Irish whiskey triple distilled. So here we go. For those who are new, I tend to have problems opening these, and someone said, why don't you just open them beforehand? I like opening them with you guys. So, Green Spot Irish whiskey. I can't remember what this tastes like. I do remember it was good. So, remember what it says on the back of the tin? God blimey. They make them smaller and smaller. Or I'm getting older and older. Fresh aromatic oils and spices with orchard fruit and barley on a background of toasted wood. So, expecting kind of a fresh smell. Really fresh. I'm getting the subtle green apples. Now the wood's coming through. This is what I mean. You open a bottle and you get the initial smell. And now, a bit of barley, really. That's that's a really good couple of smells there. It did say that the apple was probably more in the taste. So, a little drown there. It's very golden yellow colour. I don't know if you can see that, but nice golden orange and yellow. Now the smell seems to have dropped a bit. I'll put the lid back on that. You don't want too much air getting into your bottle. So I'll read you this again and I'll tell you what I get. Fresh aromatic oils. Spices with orchard fruits and barley with toasted wood. Now, if anything, it's very, very... You did not get any alcohol. It is only 40%. I'd say I'm getting orchard fruit. I got more out of the bottle than I am this. But it's one of those things, you want this to air now to get its true smell. So I'm going to air it as quick as I can. Yeah, I'm getting more fruits than anything now. A little bit of green apple. I'd probably say more green apple. I'm just going to give that a bit of air while I read out the tasting notes. It suggests full spicy body. So I'm expecting a bit of a kick when this gets tasted. Hint of cloves, along with the fruity sweetness of green apples, rounded off with toasted oak. So, spice and apple. Still getting that sort of greeny apple kind of fruit. A little bit of wood. You have to really... Oh, it's nice though. I'm expecting, because it's Irish and it's pot stills, I'm expecting it to be the creamy-esque that you tend to get with Irish. Not as thick. Back of the mouth kick. A little bit at the front of the tongue. My finish is a little bit of the apple. That's a very smooth drink with a little bit of a kick. It says finish, lingering flavours of spices and barley. I'd agree. Spices, maybe not so much the barley. Yeah, it's a nice whiskey. I would say this is slightly... If you're introducing someone to whiskey, you want a whiskey that's easy to drink, that doesn't give a pow. Not something like, say, the Kilchoman, which really packs a punch and everyone's like, oh, that's whiskey in its entirety, when it's obviously not. This is a kind of maybe a next step. So you've started to enjoy whiskey, you just want that little bit extra. You don't necessarily need the ice. This does that. It has some nice smells. And relatively smooth, with a little spicy kick. I'm getting mainly fruit, but very subtle. So I'm going to put an ice cube in, just to see whether I can actually change it. Now, I did a big one on this over a year ago about should you to ice or not to ice. When I do my whiskey tastings, I suggest some people put ice in it. I managed to turn a guy who didn't like Talisker whiskey, which is the smoky one, into actually really liking it. All he did was stick ice in it. 1 ice cube. Yes, it does water it down a bit, but it cools it down. It changes, it oxidizes with the air and everything else, and it changes. So I'm going to try and get this. Doesn't really change the nose on this. It's really calmed it. So the spices at the back are still there, but not as much of a kick. Now, when I say much of a kick, it doesn't have a powerful kick. It's that kind of next level kick. That kind of, just a little bit of spice. I'm not getting any more of that green apple, which I initially got when I opened that. I think the ice on a green spot, because sometimes the ice can not ruin a whiskey, but it can just take away all of its sort of flavours and smells. But this one, I'm getting subtle fruit with a little bit of spice, and that's it. Very nice, very nice. I like the bottle. I like the idea of the spots on this. I think it's sort of one up from your I've just started and I want a nice, easy, smooth drink. I think this is one up from that, so it takes it to that level of, it just has that little something else. Quite probably without the ice. But yeah, there you go. Green Spot. No age statement, 40%, easy drinker. I'd probably have this without the ice. Make sure you tune in next week because I have got an absolute belter for you. I'm not going to say any more than that, but trust me, this is one I'm excited to try, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. But you'll have to tune in next week, and trust me, I'd never heard of this whiskey. It's a special occasion one, but make sure you tune in next week on the Whiskey Burn for that one. I'm staring at it. It's on the floor down there, but I'm not showing you it. It's going to be a belter. That's it for this week. Enjoy your whiskey, and I'll see you next week on the Whiskey Burn. Sláinte.